Give me 1 second, guys. I think it's just turning 5. Welcome.
Dominant Rift with
Sorry about that. Bringing up the desktop. Who else do we have here? We have Stuart and the Incredible Balk. Hey, Balk, my friend, how are you? Nice to see you. It's a great day, Yogi brother, and glad the Finally America can be made better again. Well, I don't want to go down that road. Stuart, my friend, I see things a bit differently than that. Let's see. All right. So, what is it? It's Wednesday, right? It's the 6th, 2024. And so, yeah, I guess the obvious elephant in the room is the election and feelings both ways. I wrote about that this morning, actually. Uh, Early on, I realized that there was no way I could hate myself through, hate anyone through an election cycle. That everything about an election calls on you to pick a side. This side is right, that side is wrong. We hate this side, we love that side. Whatever. And I knew I couldn't go through that. Been through it before. I've been through political cycles, I've been politically active. And hey, Kayla. Um, and it was too much for me. It's destructive to ourselves. So I decided not to participate, or more aptly, to participate in my own sense of teaching, offering, and learning love. Course in Miracles says that we teach what we most need to learn, and that we are all teachers. Every one of us. What are we teaching? Let's see. Stuart is asking for a cup of coffee. 2 sugars and milk, please. Man, we haven't had milk in my house in 15 plus years. That's not true. When I was caregiving for my father, he would have milk in his coffee. He would have milk in his oatmeal. As I always mention, people used to ask me, how can you be a vegan and cook meat for your father, use animal products for your father? And my answer was because I'm a caregiver for my father. I care about my father. I love my father. I don't impose my thinking on my father or anyone else. My father wanted what he wanted, and I was happy to help him in any way that I could. That goes the same with all of you guys. I don't want to impose. You will not hear me going to anyone's channel and tell them what they should do and what they shouldn't do, how they should think, how they shouldn't think. It's not for me to do. My directive is to live my life as my own message. If anyone is ever inspired with that, happy with that, awesome. If anyone is unhappy with that, that's on them. You know, that's how we go through life. We don't control how anyone thinks. That's the absolute truth. Always. Everyone is going to have their own thoughts on anything and everything. If we careen through life trying to change their minds, trying to change their hearts, man, we're in for a battle. And who wants to go through life battling everything? Everything. To always have some type of defensiveness, to always have something or someone that we need to fight against. That brings me to Course in Miracles Manual for Teachers, where they're asking what are the characteristics of God's teachers. And characteristic number 6 is defenselessness, which sounds pretty, one, hard to achieve. Two, why would we want to be defenseless? Well, they explain it a bit here. For one, nothing is an achievement on any spiritual path, be it yoga, Buddhism, Sufism, Christianity, Judaism. There's no achievement. You don't achieve anything in reality. Meaning you don't become enlightened, you don't become awakened. It's already there. Who you are is beyond the ego. Who you are is beyond thought, it's beyond conception, it's beyond belief and opinion. We impose all of that on the present situation, meaning the moment itself is always open, free, and unimposed upon. I'm not 100% sure unimposed is a word, but it seemed right when I said it. Hey, Tandra. Nice to see you. Stuart says, I was first this morning. Yep, you were. I appreciate you being here. So this is defenselessness as presented by the Manual for Teachers in A Course in Miracles. God's teachers have learned how to be simple. They have no dreams that need defense against the truth. They do not try to make themselves. Their joy comes from their understanding who created them. And does what God created need defense? No one can become an advanced teacher of God until he fully understands that defenses are but foolish guardians of mad illusions. The more grotesque the dream, the fiercer and more powerful its defense seems to be. Yet when the teacher of God finally agrees to look past them, he finds that nothing was there. Slowly at first, he lets himself be undeceived, but he learns faster as his trust increases. It's not danger that comes when defenses are laid down, it's safety, it's peace, it's joy, and it's God. So, let's unpack that just for a moment. Course in Miracles begins with only love is real, nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. So the entirety of a huge book, it's a big book, is looking past delusion. And what's an illusion? An illusion is anything that is not in and of this present moment. If you have hurt feelings, if you have grievances, if you have resentments, those are thoughts that are present in this moment. However, a thought is just a perception. It's not an actuality. Imagine if you let that thought go. Picture someone that you have a resentment against and a grievance against, someone that you feel has done something to you. Without that thought in this moment, without that thought, what would be? What would be the reality of the moment? If we let go of the thought and experience this moment, be nothing but peace. Nothing but peace. However, it's not always easy to let go of that thought. That's why it's a practice. That's why we practice. That's why you have a Zen practice. That's why you have a yogic practice. That's why you have a Christian practice. And let's use the example of the crucifixion. Course in Miracles says in every moment we have a choice. We can choose the crucifixion, in which we are crucifying ourselves, all those false beliefs of who we thought we were, all the grudges, all the judgments, all the resentment that we have towards others and ourselves. It's all existing within us. It's keeping us prisoner of a past moment. We are crucifying ourselves and others. Or we can choose the resurrection. Had Jesus not forgiven from the cross, had he not looked down upon those who tortured him, who placed him on the cross, and said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do," meaning he looked past their own perception, he looked past their own projection of fear, of judgment, placed upon him, and saw their original innocence. They did not know what they did. Is that proper? Is that proper grammar? They did not know what they did. They did not know what they were doing. They did not know what they have done. That sounds better. I stumble around. Eventually I land upon it. And in that, he transcended all the past. He was resurrected in that moment. In the illusion of time, it came 3 days later. But in the actuality of reality, it was right now. You know why? There was only and always right now. Another quote from A Course in Miracles is, the one wholly true thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here. The past isn't here. So in every moment, we can keep choosing the crucifixion and living in that world, or we can choose the resurrection, in which everyone, including ourselves, gets that moment to be reborn in the light of their original innocence. If you want peace of mind, we choose the resurrection. If you want to keep living in a self-created world of judgment, of resentment, of unhappiness, lack of joy, peacelessness, then we keep choosing the crucifixion. We keep crucifying others, and we keep crucifying ourselves. The great thing about the present moment gives us a choice. When we don't know we have a choice, then we choose by default. We think this is the way it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be living in this world of judgment, in the illusion of our perception. Now that we know we have a choice, what's it going to be? All right. But enough of that. Hey, Sniper. Stuart says, good morning, everyone. Sniper says, Grand Risings, Eric in chat. Grand Risings to you, my friend. Hope everyone is having a great start to their day. It's nice to see our good friend Kayla. Hey, is everyone connected with Kayla? I hope so. Tanya says, good morning, Squirrel Sniper. It is 5:13, so I've been yammering away for almost 15 minutes. I started just a minute or two early. Soon, I'm going to go out and take my walk. Beneath the sound of, it's going to be a little bit of traffic. There always is, even at 5:30 in the morning. People are starting their day, things are busy. But beneath all of that sound, the busyness of life, there's just nature, bird songs, sound of the water, sound of the breeze. Beauty beneath everything. Beauty is the inherent reality of existence itself. Sometimes we have to listen deeper. Let's see. Tanya says, Yogi, I have 2 planned lives now. One, what's the upcoming? When do we have them, Tandra? Stuart says, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, squirrel. Good morning, squirrel brother. There you go. I got it out. Stuart says, nice, Tandra, can't wait. Tandra's live streams are always soothing, always fun. Skit says, good morning, Eric, brother. Good morning, chat. I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you, Skits. Thanks for joining so early. Friday and Sunday. Hey, Sunday's a big one. Sunday, it's going to be Jace and Tandra. Hey, Tandra. Oh, this isn't Tandra's first collab. Hey, are you guys friends with Brian Lane? Brian is a really, really good guy. Absolutely love Brian. He has a short up right now where him and his turtle, one of his turtles, I believe he has two turtles. And it's so much joy to see. People don't realize how, I didn't realize how affectionate a turtle could be. You wouldn't think. But when you see Brian and his turtle, you see that deep affection that both of them share. Hey, Jace, I was just getting ready to look to see if you were going live. Let's see. Stuart says, Yogi, I hope you didn't mind me starting a Facebook group chat. Not at all. Hey, Stuart, any means of connection between all of us is always a good thing, you know? Gives us an opportunity to. I love YouTube. I love my channel. I love the YouTube community. Facebook gives us such, of course, it doesn't have to be Facebook, any form of social media, but Facebook works for us. It gives us a way of instant communication, you know, at any time. We don't have to wait until somebody goes live. We get to chat in real time. And it's a two-way communication. You know, it's not just me babbling about something. It's not someone else discussing something else. It's that instant communication. So yeah, absolutely love it, Stuart. Stuart says, good morning, Sean, my brother. How are you? We get a poop patty from Jace. Poop patty to you, my friend. Jace is sending love to Tandra. So Jace and Jason Tandra will be live on Sunday. Tandra will be live on Friday. Tandra says, Jace, the plan live for Sunday is posted. Awesome. Let me bring Tandra's channel up. That way I can give some watch hours today. That is the plan. Hey, I think our friend Lover Toy Pups is like just hours away from getting fully monetized, getting that 4,000. If you guys could maybe do a playlist sometime today, I think by the end of the week, she's there 100%. She was at like 3.7 something. And of course, remember, YouTube holds like 5 days. Hey, Ryan, my friend, how are you? Ryan says, good morning, Yogi. Haven't caught your good word in a minute. Well, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Jay says, we had a crazy morning. Posted for an hour's time and posted Sunday's live too. Nice. Stuart says, good morning, Ryan. Tanya says, thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, Tanya. Skid says, morning, Stuart. I'm not bad, brother. Need a coffee, wake up. Like morning, Jace. I had my coffee. I've had this coffee mug for probably 25 years or more. This was actually a gift from my mom. She saw it like at a dollar store and decided, you know, hey, who doesn't need a coffee mug? 1 cup a day. Used to be endless cups a day, but I suffered for that. I didn't realize that was part of the thing that was leading to some issues. Reducing it to 1 cup a day have improved a lot of issues that needed correcting. At the same time, I've gained a deep love and appreciation for that 1 cup. It's become part of my morning ritual. It's instant organic coffee. A lot of people groan, including Mocha, when I talk about my love of instant coffee. But I love the ritual of it. Putting in the spoonfuls, hearing the kettle boil. Who doesn't love the sound of a kettle whistling? Let's see. Skid says, how's your morning, Stuart, bro? Stuart was here bright and early. Stuart says, I'm very well, Sean, finally happy. We cannot put a price tag on happiness, that's for sure. Skid says, I should say that, I love that, Stuart, bro. Happiness is the ultimate goal for me. Or should I say contentment? Contentment is true happiness. If it can be changed, if it can be swayed, then it can't be happiness. Happiness in and of itself is always unconditional. Now, our moods, that can certainly change. We can have ups, we can have downs. Things can go left, things can go right, things can go north, things can go south. However, our center of beingness, which is true contentment and true happiness, is unchangeable. Jay says, okay, when the volume is half in that coffee cup, it is half empty or half full, we need our daily question. The cup is always empty. The cup is always empty. And in that emptiness, it serves as capacity for the coffee to be presented. In the Buddhist Sutra, it says that form is emptiness, emptiness is form. It doesn't say that form becomes, or it doesn't say that emptiness becomes form. It doesn't say that form reverts back to emptiness. The operative word is. So the cup is always empty. However, it serves as a capacity for coffee to exist, for coffee to come into my lips. Let's see, Ryan says that constant caffeine can cause anxiety and sleep issues. And it did. It did. That's why I took steps. That's why I took steps to address that. Stuart says, Ryan, I drink Monster all the time. Stuart says, I run on caffeine. Without caffeine, I'm useless. It took a bit for me to get down to 1 cup. Skid says, I have double chocolate mochas, Ryan. Not as much caffeine in them. Stuart says, Sean, my brother, you love the coffee I make. I do like my coffee strong. I put 3 teaspoons of organic coffee. But again, it's just that 1 cup. And I have it at 4 o'clock in the morning. Ryan says, I should say for my makeup, it gave me anxiety and sleep quality issues. It did for me too. It did for me. I could probably have 1 more cup of coffee if I wanted. It's not worth it. I really enjoy that 1 cup. And if you really, really, truly enjoy something, if you fall in love with the whole presentation, the ritual of making it, knowing that when I have it at my desk, it's time for me to sit and it's time for me to write. There's really no need for any more. Skid says, what is it you make, Stuart, brother? Seth says, Eric, how goes it, my man? It's good, Seth. How are you? Stuart says, I got proper beans. You know, I've heard people talk about that. Cup of coffee starts with the proper beans, the proper way of grinding it. Everything starts with preparation. So we could trace that all the way back. This is my gratitude practice. When I'm making my oatmeal in the morning, when I'm making my coffee, how far back can I extend gratitude? Meaning, can I extend gratitude to the spoon? Can I extend gratitude for the motion of my body, the ability to be able to use a spoon, to hold it, to put it in the cup? Can I extend it to the cup itself? Can I extend it to the coffee beans, the land that grew the coffee, the workers that harvested the coffee beans? How far back can you extend your gratitude? And you know what? It's infinite. Carl Sagan said, in order to make an apple pie from scratch, first you have to create a universe. That's how deep your gratitude goes. Thankfulness begins with in the beginning. Hey, Eve, my friend. Eve says, hello, my friend. Welcome. It's always great to see Eve here. Skid says, oh, proper being short nice, bro. I have to be careful how much caffeine I have due to my anxiety, though. Yep, I find if I have it at 4 in the morning, perfect. Let's see. Stuart says, good morning to Eve. Seth says, good morning. Me and the wife are on the edge of our seats for election day. Our state was the first to drop results. Nice. Where are you, Seth? Sean says, hey, Eric, I got an update on Granddad. He's got lack of blood flow through the brain and UCI bladder infections. He can't walk. I'm sorry, Sean, but now that that has been detected, they can certainly help with the circulation, and hopefully that'll offer some improvement. And the UCI, the bladder infection, can definitely be taken care of. But you know what? My prayers continue, Sean. Stuart says, Sean, one of them, and mix it with your mocha. You'll be all right. Scott says, yeah, true, Stuart, brother. Stuart says, good morning, Sean. Brother, hope your granddad is okay. Thank you, Stuart. He says, good afternoon to Stuart. Seth is in Kentucky. Man, Kentucky's a beautiful state. And I was just a kid. We lived in Indiana for a summer. My dad was attending the University of Indiana, working on his master's degree. He wanted to take a class there. And then on the weekends, when he had a break from school, we would take drives, and we drove down to Kentucky. There is a race there, rim to rim. It's an ultra race, a 100-mile race, and it's considered one of the hardest 100-mile races in the country. So hard it gives you a 36-hour cutoff, which is incredible. Eve says hello to everyone in the chat. Jason's waving at ease. Stuart says it's morning here. Eve, it's morning here too. It is 4. Well, nope, it's almost 5:30. Seth says, I think Maryland is really nice as well. Thanks. Some people call Maryland the mini America because you have mountains to the west, not high mountains, but mountains nonetheless. You have the central Piedmont area. You have the Chesapeake Bay, a little bit to the east. Farther east, you have the Atlantic Ocean. You have the southern little peninsula, so you got a bit of the south. Pennsylvania is, from where I am, it's about an hour away. We got a bit of everything here. And where I live, I can be in the mountains. I can be hanging out with the bears and rattlesnakes on the Appalachian Trail in about 45 minutes to an hour. I can be in the Chesapeake Bay in about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I can be at the ocean in about 3 hours. I can be in Pennsylvania in about 45 minutes. I can be in Baltimore in about 20. I can be in Washington, D.C. in about 30. It's afternoon in Kenya, Stuart. Eve is waving at Jace. Sean says, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I need to hand my phone in or charge my phone. Sean, thanks for the update. And prayers to you, grandfather, and to you and your family. It's 10:28 in Scotland. Seth says some of the best crabs cakes I've ever eaten. Maryland is famous for its crab cakes. Eve says, Tandra, the traditional Goga greeting. Good to see you, Tandra. Let's see. Stuart says, Yogi, you just shown Bob in the deer blind. The last thing any hunter needs is a vegan sitting next to him saying, "Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot." I'm gonna mention that to Bob on his live stream. You know what I love about my hunting and fishing friends and our YouTube community? Not one of them have ever said you shouldn't be a vegan. Every single one of them have extended love. And again, this is why I don't go to a hunting channel and say you shouldn't hunt. I don't go to a fishing channel and say you shouldn't. How ridiculous that would be for me to do that. I don't tell anyone what to do or what not to do. I have my own clear directive, and it has nothing to do with anyone. Anyone. I watch my fishing friends absolutely love what they do. I watched Dam do a live stream, and he caught a fish, and he had so much joy. He was so happy. How could I deny someone that joy? And here's what he did. He looked at the fish, he put it back in the water, and he said, "Thank you." He said, "Thank you." It was a beautiful moment on his live stream. As well, I see Bob catch fish that he's going to feed his family with. There's a deep sense of gratitude for the fishing, for the fish, for the environment. To me, again, that's beautiful. Let's see. Stuart's laughing. Stuart said Bob would feed you a hearty venison meal. You know what Bob would do? Here's what I'm convinced. Bob would sit down to a hearty venison meal and say, "By the way, Yogi, we made you a vegan burger. Welcome, my friend. You guys are nothing but open and loving in what you guys offer me. I'm deeply appreciative for all of you guys." Let's see. Seth says it would be a little goofy if someone derives happiness from doing something that doesn't hurt anyone. It's not something that drives any sort of ridicule. That's true. That's an excellent point, Seth. Tanya says, "Thank you." Sorry guys. I'm thinking about me and Bob in a deer blind. And I've been in deer blinds before. I mentioned before, my family, I always see Skeeter and the Wild Boys of Pennsylvania. My family were the original Wild Boys, and girls for that matter. Everyone hunted, everyone fished. My dad grew up hunting and fishing. My grandfather was a forest ranger in north central Pennsylvania. We date back all the way early 1700s. My dad grew up again hunting and fishing during the Depression, where you had to hunt. Let's see. Ryan says, LMAO, Yogi, got venison. Getting venison on the brain. Admittedly, venison tastes good. But you know, my path just led me in a different direction. Stuart says, Yogi, you would probably say the venison is better than a veggie burger? Maybe. Veggie burgers have gotten really good. However, I don't even eat veggie burgers except when Milk and I were on the road, when we were going to races. when we were doing ultras. It was an easy way of what I appreciate about the vegan burgers. Always gives you an option. It increases the places that you have to eat as a vegan. You don't always have to think ahead. But for me, I'm a whole foods plant-based vegan, so I don't have any vegan junk food. Fruit, vegetables, legumes, nuts, grains. I'm good to go. Let's see. Jace says venison burgers are a bit dear. Eric, I don't like correcting people. I gotta offer a um, just a small, short, little correction to our friend Jace. Venison burgers are a bit dear. Venison burgers are a lot dear, my friend Jace. They are a bit dear. Jace has that sly sense of humor. He slides it in. I absolutely love that. Let's see. Stuart says, Jace, brother, exactly, venison burgers with vegetables on it. So, I could see myself ordering a venison burger to add the lettuce, add the tomatoes, add the onions, add whatever vegetables you have. And oh, by the way, can you hold the venison? Skips is laughing. All right, guys, in just a minute, I'm going to have to start and take my walk. This has been a fun 5 a.m. I appreciate that. Ryan says, when did you give up meat protein, Yogi? 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago. I, like I said, when I was younger, we used to hunt, I used to fish. When I was a kid, I wanted nothing more than to live with my family in the mountains in Pennsylvania. I visited often. When I was 15, I went to live with a cousin. I worked on her veal farm. And working on that type of farm, it just caused a bit of a shift for me. And through the years, man, when I was bodybuilding and powerlifting, it wasn't an easy shift at first for me to go vegan because I didn't eat a whole lot of vegetables. I was very selective. I ate a ton of meat. But I felt this inner calling that, the first principle in yogic psychology is called ahimsa, which means non-harmfulness. So I knew in order for me to do that, in order to be what I was called to be, just me, no one else, that I had to change my diet. Let's see. So it took a while for me to get there, but it was in one stoop, in one moment, I became a vegan. I'll tell you why, if anyone's, or how that happened, if anyone's interested. Stuart says, Yogi, I will make you a bacon venison stew with carrots, onions, and dumplings. I appreciate that. Now, if you could skip the bacon, skip the venison, man, a carrot, onion, and dumpling stew, I'm in, 100%. I saw a photo. I don't know if you guys know my deep love of cows, deep love of all animals. There's something soulful about a cow. If you've ever looked in a cow's eye. I saw a photo of a farmer who was kicking a cow that had fallen, was going out to slaughter, going up a ramp, fell down. The farmer was trying to get it go up, and he was kicking. The cow looked at the farmer, not with hate, not even with fear, but with this deep, soulful look in its eyes of why? Why the cruelty? and I was done. Here's the thing. When I worked on that field farm, I had done similar. I had sent baby calves, and the reason they could not walk up the ramp without help, or why they were shaky, because how they were raised. Baby calves are kept in a stall, chained, so they don't move, so they don't develop muscle tone, which muscle tone takes away from the quality of the meat. You want it fat, so why they're also kept anemic. Something about that photo, though, changed everything for me. Stuart says, I petted plenty of cows. Skid says, I once got chased by a herd of cows. Never again. There's a meme on Facebook that says, your chances of getting killed by a cow are minimal, but never zero. Never zero. Let that sink in the next time you pet a cow. Let's see. Stuart says, Sean, I never did that. Never had that. But I can pet plenty of cows. Skid says, it was my fault, Stuart. I started running. Then they ran with me. It's fun. It's funny to think of. It might not have been funny when it was happening. So again, just remember, the chances of being killed by a cow are never zero. That's a sobering thought. So my father, who grew up again in a hunting family, his father was state renowned in Pennsylvania as a bear hunter. People would go from all over the East Coast to have my grandfather guide them in bear hunting with his dogs. My father never thought of it. Hunting is what he did. He came home from World War II, and he was out hunting, had his rifle with him. He saw a fox, and he shot it without thinking about it. He came up, looked at the fox, and asked himself, why did I do that? I love foxes. They're beautiful. Gave his rifle away, never hunted again. Little things. Little things can change us, and we never know what it will be. Brian says, my grandpa was a pig farmer at one time, and man, I heard a lot of stories of how vicious they could be. I've heard that as well, and they're highly intelligent. Skid says, no, it wasn't funny. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get trampled by cows. Safe to say I cut my mushroom collection trip short that afternoon. I bet. So it says, Sean, you can come up here. All right, guys, it's time for me to take my walk. Appreciate you joining me in the morning. Always fun, always enlightening to hang out with you guys. Ryan says, do you have any pets, Yogi? I have 2 cats. 2 cats that I adopted. They were 10 years old. Sister cats, black cats. No one wanted them. They were at the shelter. The lady at the shelter was afraid they might be separated. They had been bonded. They were sisters, so I had to take them. I had 2 dogs. The last one passed away in 2019. I haven't had a heart to get another yet. Heartbroken when they passed. However, Mocha has Misty, the wonder dog. Misty is a Pomsky, which is a Pomeranian Husky mix. She's a beautiful little pup. So she comes over. We take walks all the time. So I have a loner dog. Stuart says, Ryan, he has 2 black cats. Yep, if you sit and listen to me long enough, you will hear my cat come up and annoy me. Skid says, have a wonderful day, Eric, and chat. Much love to you all. Much love to you, Skits. Jace says, have a great day. You too, Jace. Scott says, thanks, Stuart, as long as you don't have let any cows chase me. Stuart is there to protect you. Jace says, I'm out with Xena, cold and wet today. Stay warm, Jace. Jace says, oh, Jace, brother. It's supposed to get up to 80 here, and then it's going to get cold again. Stuart says, we need Yogi to eat some form of meat. I can promise you, it'll never happen by choice. Meaning, you know, if I was ever in a situation and it came down to that, you do what you have to do. But yeah, as long as I have, you know, some type of control in my diet, I'm committed to my own individual path of causing least harm to myself and to others. Ryan says, this is refreshing. Everyone is at each other's neck over politics. Yeah, they are. Which makes me all the more confirmed in what my YouTube channel is all about. And it's not that. It is not about attacking anyone for choosing differently than me. Ever. It's a way of looking past the illusion of chaos, the illusion of attack, and coming together. Just coming together. That's it, guys. There's going to be hurt feelings. There's going to be hurt feelings. Make it easier for someone. You know? Make it easier for someone. That's all you got to do. When you realize that everyone wants the best, but everyone sees what that best is through a different perception. That's all it is, a different perception. Don't let your perception crowd out love. I will not be at anyone's throat for any reason whatsoever. I won't turn anyone away from my channel for thinking differently than me, for voting differently from me. I won't do it. Hi, Trending, my friend. How are you? Appreciate you being here. Jace says, Trending greetings. Stuart says, hello to Trending. I hope all is well with you too, my friend. Ryan says, your level of positivity makes me feel like a POS. But you know you're not. You know you're not. It's a practice. And we all practice from where we are. You know? We all got our battles. Every single one of us have our battles. If we just knew that, if we knew that whoever we see today is fighting their own battle, it just becomes easier to extend a little bit of love. Hopefully, eventually, a lot of love. And maybe one time, nothing but love. Jay says, what if they are weird, bald, and wear glasses? That's where I draw the line, guys. That's where I draw the line. There's only room for one weird, bald guy with glasses in my live stream. And that's Jace. Trending says, appreciate you all for awesome support, Sir Yogi. Absolutely, Trending, my friend. Sir says, Yogi, you're still here. That's great. Yep, we're heading out. Sir says, Bob and Yogi in a deer blind. It's like a TV show. Bob and Yogi in a deer blind. Skits is laughing. Sniper says, have a wonderful troll, Eric. Thank you, Sniper. Trending says, to all of us, Sir Yogi, you and everyone supporting us, God bless you, sir. God bless you too, Trending. And the same is said for you. I see you in all of our friends' channels. You and Buddha. You guys are definitely a blessing. All right, guys. On that note, I'm out. As Sniper said, I'm going to hit the trail. It's going to be beautiful. You know why? It's a beautiful world. I hope you guys see it today. I hope you recognize it. All right. I'm signing off from Yogi and Bob in the Deer Blind. Thank guys. Brian says, have a good one. Thanks for the good vibes. You're welcome, my friend. Stuart says, love you all. Love you. Take care, guys.